Hey guys, John here. I guess we're doing this. We're taking a look at some Fender alternatives because Fender is trying to ruin everything for the guitar industry, which is of course a really bad thing, and it's really messed up for a lot of companies who are going to have to deal with this somehow. I don't want to get too much into the whole thing about what Fender is doing because a bunch of people have made videos about that already. Definitely check out all of those videos. In this video, I just want to take a look at some good Fender alternatives, okay? Because I do have some experience with some cool Fender alternatives and some cool brands. And I just want to show you some of those brands and some options that are out there based on my own experience and stuff, okay? Now, I have owned some Fender guitars in the past. I've owned a bunch of Strats, a bunch of Tellys, some of the Jim Root models as well. Some of those guitars were pretty good. Others were not really great. And I ended up selling them all. For some reason, those guitars just really didn't inspire me much. And at first I thought it was because of the fact that it's single coil guitars, it's more classic, etc. But now that I've been getting back into some similar guitars from some brands that I'll show you in a minute, I found that I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, I guess maybe the guitars themselves just simply weren't as inspiring as I was hoping. Like some of them had bad fretwork, frets sprouting out of the neck. You know, I couldn't get proper action. The wood wasn't really resonant. There was always something that sort of held them back, in my opinion. So there's that. But enough of that. Let's take a look at some great Fender alternatives. Okay, I hope you guys join me and I hope you enjoy this video. By the way, if at any point you want to support this channel, check out my affiliate links for some of the brands that I'm going to highlight in this video. You can also get stuff at Thomann and Sweetwater through my affiliate links if you want to support this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, let's start with one of the brands that I've been featuring on this channel a lot recently, which is Henry's Music. I think Henry's Music is great. I have a great relationship with them and they make some really amazing guitars for great prices. I did a video on this guitar yesterday. This is the Destiny 2. It's basically a Strat, but it's not a direct copy, because they add some cool features like some modern cutaways on the back. We have a roasted maple neck with stainless steel frets, locking tuners, solid hardware. This one is relict, but you can also get them without a relic. I really like the relic look. Check out my full review if you're interested in this guitar. It's a video where I try it out in a more heavy setting, but I also try some low gain tones. Really well built. These guitars are sold from a Czech company. They're made in China, so they're more affordable because of that, but the quality is there, people. And then they get QC'd in the Czech Republic, so in Europe, before they get shipped out. You get a bunch of extras as well, a great gig bag. They plant a tree for you, stuff like that. One thing that really surprised me about these guitars is just how well they play. So the fretwork has been really good on the ones that I've tried. The fret ends are so smooth and round. Like all of the guitars from them that I've tried, also at 42 Gear Street, just felt great, like really worn in and really professional. So yeah, this is the more classic Strat type guitar, the Destiny 2. I also have the pink Snake 2, which is slightly more modern. It has a pink finish and a humbucker in the bridge that you can also split with a push-push control. You can see that in my other Henry's video. So this is their classic Strat, if you will, with the maple fretboard. This one goes for around $750, but we'll take a look at their website in a minute as well. Great price for a really good guitar. The pickups are really nice as well, by the way. This is the Space 2, their take on the Telly, right? Again, this is a relic one. I picked that for myself, but you can get them without relicking, right? Again, roasted maple neck, locking tuners. This one has a rosewood fretboard, stainless steel frets, super resonant, super lightweight, excellent fretwork, really nice solid saddles on the bridge, and again, some modern cutaways on the back to make it a bit more comfortable. Really great guitar. This one is, I think, 680 euros or something. Again, we'll check that out on the site in a minute, but this one is absolutely better than all of the Fender Tellys that I've ever owned. Okay, and those were American made, aside from the Mexican made Jim Root Tellys. It's so inspiring. It's such a fun guitar, basically. So they offer teles, strats, both worn in, distressed, or super new and clean. And I really love this guitar, their take on the tele. So let's take a look at the website. This is the Henry's Music website. Again, if you want to buy one of these guitars, please use my affiliate link below, as that helps support the channel. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the ST models and see what the prices are. So the pink one that I have, let's see if they have it on here. Yeah, so this is the one that I have. I've shown it on the channel. This is the Snake 2 aged in pink with the humbucker. $6.99. Take a look at that. And you can choose various colors. And the company is just great. The people are great. The guitars are great. I was really surprised, genuinely, because I was kind of expecting, first of all, them to be not super good quality since they're made in China. Boy, I was wrong. But also, since I wasn't really inspired with my old Fenders and I ended up selling them, I was afraid that I would have the same experience, since they're all single coil guitars, well, aside from the Snake 2. But I'm just enjoying playing them so much because they're so well made, you know. The fretwork is excellent, as I said. So this is the Snake 2, the slightly more modern Strat with the humbucker. This is the one that I have. Really sick guitar. I love that guitar. I play them a lot. Now let's quickly check out the Destiny as well. So this is the Destiny, also the one that I have in surf green. Slightly more vintage, right? With a maple fretboard, roasted maple, etc. Really good stuff. And finally, well, they have a bunch more stuff, but let's finally also check out the Space. So this is the one that I have, the Space 2 669, okay. Excellent guitars. As you can see, they also have them unrelicked. I prefer the relic. I think it looks cool. But yeah. Oh, they have some lefties as well. That is cool. So those are some great Fender alternatives that I have a lot of recent experience with. They also sell some more modern guitars like double humbucker Strats and some Les Paul type guitars. It's a great brand, great people. Check out their website through the link below. Let's move on to the next brand. The next brand that I want to take a look at is Balaguer Guitars, a brand that I love. Again, great people. This is an American brand. They also build stuff overseas, so not everything is expensive. You can order custom guitars as well. So you can, you know, choose the body shape and choose the finish and everything, which is really nice. Now, their stuff is pretty unique, so they're not blatant Strat or Tele copies per se. I mean, this body shape looks like a Tele, but it's a bit more unique, obviously. Their stuff is very much geared to the modern player, but you can do some very vintage stuff as well. But look at these beautiful guitars. But again, you can also order custom guitars from them. Let's take a look at that. So select custom, build your guitar. Now I saw on their website that they have this model, okay? This is the Druid, which is basically a Strat. This model is basically more like a Tele, as you can see. You can also get like baritones and stuff. This is one of my Balaguer guitars. I have two. This is the Espada shape, so they're unique offset. It's bolt-on. You know, it kind of resembles Fender in a way, but it's not similar at all in terms of how it sounds. This one sounds monstrous with the two humbuckers. I love this guitar a lot. This one was made in Indonesia, so they make some stuff overseas as well, which again is more affordable. But I like their take on the offset style. But they have a bunch of body shapes that you can choose from. Once again, really good stuff. But you can also build your own, in this case, a Druid model. And, you know, pick your finish, pick everything you want, and then you get to support a wonderful company as well. These people are really great, and I think that supporting great people, especially some smaller companies as opposed to the big companies like Fender and Gibson, is just a good thing, and it's a good thing for the guitar and music industry, okay? Check out their Instagram, check out their website, wonderful people, wonderful guitars with a unique take. And I highly recommend checking them out. Another brand that I want to show you is Vola Guitars. I actually reviewed a sort of modern super Strat of them, not super classic, but I'll show it to you anyway. So this is the Keen Machine. This is the guitar that I wanted to try from them. You know, active pickups, 2 humbuckers, Floyd-esque trem. Really great guitar in terms of quality. But they also make some guitars that resemble Strats and stuff. So look at this model, the OZ. Really unique in terms of the body shape. So as you can see, you know, it has some interesting curves and stuff. I think a lot of them have a humbucker in the bridge, not all of them, I think. The prices are really good, but these are made in Japan, super high quality. By the way, if you want to check out a guitar of this brand, please use the link below. There's a little discount code in there as well for, I think, 5% off, which is great. And that way you get to support my channel as well. But look, it's basically a modern take on a Strat with excellent build quality. The quality on this one is so good, and I tried some more, again, at 42 Gear Street. And those were really impressive. So I really like this brand, and I like how they have a unique take on the vintage style Strat. I mean, this is a 7-string, for example, and look at those prices. Really reasonable prices for made in Japan guitars. This is a cool one. I think this is a baritone with an Evertune. I'd love to try that guitar. I think this one looks beautiful too, with 2 single coils and a humbucker in the bridge. Trem, roasted maple it looks like. Again, another 7-string. This is the one that I'm holding right now, the Keen Machine. Absolute shred monster. So yeah, Vola Guitars is a great brand with great prices, great quality, unique, and some great options in there. So definitely check out the Vola website through the link in the comments. All right, let's take a look at another brand. This is an American brand called Kiesel Guitars. If you've not heard from them, I've featured 3 of their guitars on my channel. Absolutely love those guitars. I have a couple more modern guitars from them. Let me show you one of them. So this is the Kyber 6, a really good guitar, really modern. I don't really have like classic Fender-esque guitars from them, more modern, sort of double horn guitars, but their quality is insane. They make everything in the Kiesel shop in the USA. And take a look at this. This is the Delos model, Delos, I think. Which is kind of like a Strat, right? Starting at $1,649, which is a great price, I guess, for the most simple and basic model. This one looks very classic. And of course, oh, this is a 7-string. That's cool. Of course, you can also go into the builder, which I've done twice. I've designed 2 guitars. Check out my channel if you're interested in more info. It was great fun. And I think, oh, this is my custom 8-string. This is the design for that. But, you know, you build your own and choose all the features, and it's way too much fun. It's more costly than getting an import guitar from somebody like Vola, of course, but it will give you a really good personal experience. And you know, wow, that's cool. It kept the finish and everything. So this is a dual humbucker modern Strat with all the features that I chose for my custom 8-string. But again, you can go, you know, choose the wood, choose the finish, a lot of stuff. And my experience with Kiesel has been really nice. Amazing quality. And I highly recommend checking Kiesel out for a more custom experience from the USA. Another brand that I want to highlight really quickly is Valiant Guitars. Another brand, this brand is from Ukraine. Run by good people. You know, they're operating from a war zone, which is really impressive and, of course, very sad. And now they probably are getting this on top of that. But they have this model called the Soothsayer, which obviously looks kind of like a Strat, as you can see, with 3 single coils. And the quality of their guitars is really good in general. So this is the Soothsayer Strat model. Again, more high-end, you know, built in Ukraine with quality components. Look at these beautiful guitars, very unique. Of course, this is a more classic Strat shape, but when you hold these guitars in your hands, you'll be impressed. I have the Jupiter model in my rack over there. But so the Jupiter is more like a Jazzmaster type guitar, as you can see. I have one with 2 humbuckers. I'll show it to you. So this is my Jupiter. It's Tony, dual humbucker, Jazzmaster type guitar. Kind of worn in, you know, kind of relict. Feels great to play. It's just a really cool guitar and a great brand that I wanted to show you real quick. All right, I don't want to make this video too long, so I can't highlight every single brand, but let's take a look at a couple more. Let's start with T-style guitars, and I'm gonna select some brands. I'm not gonna select any of the Fender brands, obviously. Of course, we've got Harley Benton, which makes some really affordable Fender alternatives. Like these are 150 euros, and I've heard pretty good stories about them. So in terms of entry-level guitars, these might be nice. Again, if you want to get anything from Thomann, please use my affiliate link, as that helps support the channel. But yeah, these are really affordable and supposedly pretty good. Take a look at this. Take a look at the ratings, like over 2,000 ratings and almost 5 stars. That is impressive. I've never played a Harley Benton myself, so I don't really know about the quality, but they're supposedly really good. Of course, we've got the high-end stuff like Suhr. These are pretty expensive. I've never tried one. I've heard great stories about Suhr. You've also got the Larry Carlton models. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what the deal is. I thought it was called Sire, but these are also pretty affordable. A bit more expensive than the Harley Benton stuff. But yeah, let's say a little bit above entry level. We've got Yamaha, of course. The Pacifica. Those are supposed to be pretty good as well. And they look pretty cool. A bit more of a unique take. And not, blatant Strat or Tele copies. Let's take a look at ESP, a brand that I really enjoy. So they have a bunch more modern Teles, if you know what I mean. So humbuckers and more sleek and modern features. I don't see anything here that resembles a classic Tele. But let's take this one, for example. A 400 model, over 900 euros, 950 euros or so. 2 humbuckers, roasted maple neck. So if you're like into the Jim Root style Tele and you want something really modern, these are cool to look at. Let's check out 1 or 2 more brands. Oh, of course, Friedman. They make some cool guitars. I tried those at Henning's place as well last year. These are, hot rodded, like relict Tele and Strat style guitars. Let's take a look at this one. This one is in stock with 2 humbuckers. Kind of like a Tele Deluxe, I guess. I've never owned a Tele Deluxe, but the one that I played at 40 Segura Street, or the ones that I played, were really good guitars. I'm not sure where these are made, but, it's a bit more of a high-end guitar, but you're really going to enjoy these things. They rock. I hope I can try one on the channel in the future, because I was really impressed. Yeah, so those are some Tele-style guitars. Let's go back and take a look at the Strat-style guitars. Let's check out some brands here. Again, Harley Benton will have a lot of really affordable options. They might be hit or miss. The quality might not be as good as you hope, but 130, 150 euros, what are you going to expect? They're probably better than the starter packs that I got access to 30 years ago when I was young. So that could be fun. Let's check out some other stuff. Let's go to ESP again for some modern Strats. Of course, they're very well known for having a bunch of super Strat models with EMG pickups, Seymour Duncan pickups. I love LTD. I love their stuff. Might not be your thing, but if you're into the really modern and heavy stuff, definitely check out ESP guitars at Thomann or Sweetwater, because they make some really excellent guitars. Some of them are quite pricey. This is an E2, for example, made in Japan. The craftsmanship on these is going to be excellent, but it's going to be more costly than something like a Henry's, for example, depending on what you're looking for. Okay, so they have a lot of super Strat options. I don't see anything that is really like vintage or classic style. So really a modern take on the classic, if you will. Now, there's this one guitar from Schecter that I want to show you guys. I've heard so many great things about this model. I've tried a lot of Schecter guitars. I love Schecter guitars, but a lot of people have been really raving about this model. The Nick Johnston signature model, which is basically a Strat, as you can see. I've heard so many good things about this guitar. Looks really nice. Looks like roasted maple, I think. Humbucker in the bridge, couple single coil pickups, spoke wheel, tremolo, volume and tone. That's actually very nice that they kept that more simple. But the quality of Schecter in general has been really nice in my experience. So I really recommend checking out this model if you're looking for a good HSS Stratocaster alternative. Okay, now let's go back and let's check out one or two more brands, Fender aside. Okay. All right, let's check out the Friedman Strat options that they have. 80s style Strats, 2 humbuckers, again, relict. This one is wild if you're into the old school 80s rock. Excellent quality. Again, a little bit more pricey, but really good, really solid guitars with mojo and vibe, if you know what I mean. Really, really recommend these guitars for Fender alternatives. Yeah, again, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to show you some great Fender alternatives. I'm sure there are many more Fender alternatives out there. Affordable options, good mid-tier options, great expensive options, and everything in between. Let's support the smaller companies. Let's support the good people, and maybe let's not buy some Fender guitars, okay? Because they're doing very bad stuff for the music industry. Again, I don't need to get into that. You probably know the story already by now. And there are plenty of videos out there from people like Henning Pauly, my friend, who explained the situation and how bad it is in more detail. I just wanted to show you some good Fender alternatives. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the whole situation? What are some Fender alternatives that you guys recommend checking out? Post some links below. Post some prices below just so that we have a good resource for people to check out some good Fender alternatives. Right, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And again, if you want to support this channel, check out my affiliate links for all those brands, as well as for Thomann and Sweetwater. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day and keep on rocking. Cheers, guys.